Really interesting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting how you consider the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold. Yep. Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just spewing.
All right, so look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't be a
I'm already down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play it.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes!
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open,
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak, welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
That's hilarious. And everybody's
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
Who the hell? Yeah, so my dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
He's
always
just
love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
But, all right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about D-pipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 ounces. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. Remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He could just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think the pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's the winning end.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we can't win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it. You
So that's
filthy
cool because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one.
Good morning, Mafia Army, all the beautiful people out there. How's it going? Bailey, Schmeat, BQ, Coop, Peanut, all the legends out there. What's up, Toe?
Welcome. It's good to be back, man.
We got a special guest on today's show. It's
Hey!
we got a
Good to be
special guest
back.
today. He's back.
Sheesh.
You've been busy as hell, buddy.
We've been on the road quite a bit, man. It's been gnarly. And then even being home, like just life shit sometimes gets in the way, right? We all have life
man.
shit. And
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy. It's good to have you back, though.
it's good to be back, man. And we got action-packed few weeks lined up, right? We got guests going up the next bunch of weeks in a row.
Yeah, I'm excited for the guests. We've been having to put it back,
Because of me,
push
really.
it back a few weeks because of travel, and it's okay, but it's gonna be sick. RJ with the 2-time. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. I see you out there on the streets crushing everything. Save me some money, buddy. Congrats.
Should we throw some spoilers out there? Tell them who we got coming up?
Sure, why not, right? I think it's all confirmed as of right now, unless something
so.
schedule-wise. Yeah, everything's good. Go ahead.
So next week, I don't want to fuck it up. Next week is Justin, right?
Yes, yeah,
so
Justin.
next week, Just GTO, the legend, the man, the myth. He's going to put his face on camera and show up on stream for the first time ever. Justin Saliba, a guy that Six and I have been studying with for a few years now. He's part of our group and also works for the PokerCoaching.com people, does some of the cash game content, does the Pio content. The guy's a wizard, man. Shipped the warm-up on ACR. The kid's fucking, he's a madman. He's crazy. He's good.
Yeah, we had a chance to watch his maturation through the process of him just starting, the game and learning and going from cash to tournaments, and he's very good, man. So it's gonna be a treat to have him on.
We were hanging out at the World Series last year, and he had a friend come hang out with us and go to dinner, and his friend was kind of dabbles in poker, and he said, "This is Toe. He was my first coach," and I kind of looked at him funny, and I was like, because I've never considered myself to be Justin's coach. He's so smart and so quick and so good. I was like, dude, I thought we're equals, homie. He's like, you didn't know you were my first coach? I was like, I always forget, like, kid's only been in the game for a couple of years and just crushes life.
We brought him in.
Crushes life. Amazing. Followed up by that.
Give me a minute.
Who's after that? Bras, right?
Yeah, Poker Bras.
Poker Bras.
European. He does the no delay tournaments. Mixed games. He's gonna be awesome as well. He's actually doing some commentary for the main event this weekend. So yeah, you can check him out there doing some of that. That should be really good. But he's gonna be fantastic to have on. Somebody I brought on, I really respect. I check out when I can.
Yeah, and then after that, followed by that is Jay Smith. Most of you guys are familiar. Used to be a streamer. Streams a little bit now. Lives in the Grindhouse with the Golden Blazer, and took second in the tag team event last year. Went deep in the main. The guy's a killer. I don't know if you saw the Twitter fiasco where he owned my ass with the Light 5 bet. The guy's a killer. So the day he did that, he instantly got the invite to the study stream.
Yeah, he's been cool for a while. I respected him for a while. Used to stream. Big personality, man. Smart guy.
Yeah, one of the original Stormers. One of the first Stormers.
Yeah.
When I joined the team, he was him and Lappy were the big guys.
Oh.
Cool. So that's what we got coming up. For those of you who have not joined us before, this is PokerCoaching.com study session stream. Sixes and I do this every Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, where we do it no delay. We try and get better together. We do these quizzes. Sixes and I have been talking. They have homework assignments on this site, and because we whiz through a lot of these quizzes, we're going to change it up. I don't know if we're going to do this one or the next one, but we're going to do some homeworks and kind of feel that out, show you a little bit different side, more content from the site, and just kind of give us more options. You can sign up for free by doing !PC in my chat, !PC in Six's chat. Sign up for free. For free, you get 20 free quizzes, a bunch of homeworks, big blind charts for 100 blinds or more. If you sign up for the premium, there's almost 1,000 quizzes, a bunch of homeworks, webinars every week, live with Matt Affleck every Wednesday. I hang out with that guy and just get better because the guy is a wizard, another wizard. And the shortcut to getting better is just hang out with wizards, right? And those
one piece
are live
of
every Wednesday, and they get recorded. You can watch them, all this stuff for the premium stuff, and potential staking opportunities once live poker is not so weird. So all that stuff. Great coaches on here. Content by me, content by Sixes, content by Lexi Gavin, Matt Affleck, Sassianato, Tristan Wade, Jonathan Little, Faraz Jaka. They just signed Giraffe. So many coaches, so many amazing crushers.
Romero.
A bunch of different looks.
Many.
Romero. I mean, there's so many, it's hard not to miss them. So any coaches that come back and watch this, if I missed you, nothing but love. But the roster's huge.
Yep. And also one thing I wanted to touch on that I'm excited about. I seen Draft put a piece of content on the site recently with PKO strategy in time for anyone out there that's playing any of the ACR PKO series coming up. So that'd probably be really good to review. I'm probably going to try to get some of that in probably today.
Yeah, I don't really play too many
before the series
PKOs,
tomorrow.
but they are all the rage right now. And ACR just put them up. Global's got them going.
So you're going to have an edge.
BOL's had them forever. So there's definitely a specific strategy to PKOs, and there's an equity amount that there's an equation to figure out good calls and bad calls that you wouldn't necessarily make otherwise, but because of bounties, there's an actual math answer. So you can get all that information too.
All right, cool. Poker coaching in the chat. We got a few people in the chat right now. So we'll pick and then pick a quiz. I'm going to have to step away for like 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Well, once we get the quiz going, I think that'll be a better
Go
time
ahead.
to do
You
it.
do your thing. Poker coaching in Six's chat, poker coaching in my chat. I'll sit here and fill the dead air while you save your daughter's hair. And no worries. Cool. So what we'll do is we're gonna have you guys put poker coaching in the chat. We'll draw one person from my chat, one person from Six's chat, and then we'll have you guys compete
in
against
there.
each other in one of these random quizzes for $5. We'll either send it to you ACR. We'll send it
Morning,
to
guys.
you.
Cool.
PayPal, however we can get you the money, and a chance for you to get better. And what we'll do is we'll see what the coach says about the situation. We'll let the audience answer. Tell us what you want to do. This is your chance to be a chat pro. Let us know, and we'll see what our person of the hour is going to do. Sixes and I will say what we would do, and then we'll see what the coach will do. And on we go. We usually get 4 or 5 of these in. And it's a fun experience. So I already see poker coaching starting to stream in the chat. It's poker coaching, no exclamation point there. Hold them.
I got bad news for you, Toe. Since you were gone last week,
You did them all. You did all.
I feasted. I feasted on the new stuff. So
That's all right.
yeah, I was scared to go back to the old stuff, like that one experience we had. It was just so outdated. It felt weird.
No problem. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
This
I
guy,
had
thank you
to.
for the follow. Welcome. Oh, Watson. Good morning, my man. And Matt, I didn't thank you, but thank you for the resub. I'm trying to see how many it was. It was a shitload. Where is it? I don't know where it was, but it was a shitload. Oh, 29 months. There it is. Thank you, Matt. That's a long ass
we
time.
go.
I appreciate you, buddy. Julius, I said that it's poker coaching, no exclamation point, but it looks like you already got it. You're good. Who is the chat pro champ?
We have 1 minute. All right.
Want to draw?
Yeah, let's draw.
All right, let me get it together, man, because I am switching back and forth between a bunch of shit. Cool, I'm ready. Let's draw. For the whoa.
Oh,
Shit.
BQ, BQ.
All right, I had a slight issue on mine. Hang on a second, because it didn't register any of the guys who typed poker.
Let's
coaching.
go.
So give me a sec. Let me redo this real quick.
Represent the mafia well, my dude.
Poker
We
coaching.
got
I
ours.
spelled
We
it
got our
right. All right,
champion.
guys. I'm sorry about that. Put poker coaching in my chat one more time. And while you guys are doing that, we'll pick a quiz and let it roll, and then I'll draw a winner right before. So sorry, and then let me make sure that it actually registers this time. Some actual peeps.
977.
Cool. Looks like it works. I see Julius in there.
All right.
All right, cool. So, guys, get the poker coaching in there. If you already did it, you got to do it again. I apologize. Nightbot screwed me, and we'll pick a quiz. So you have a different look of what's done and what's not. You want to just pick one?
Yeah, 977.
Is that like the only one you haven't done?
No, it's just the most recent tournament one that I haven't done. I'm not gonna lie, I did a few last week.
All right, cool. All right, poker coaching started to come in my chat, and I think they are registering. They are indeed registering. Cool. So we'll play this quiz, and then I'll draw right before.
Yep.
Cool. Let's do it.
Do the quiz
Hello, poker.
first.
Yeah, because I need them to put poker coaching in the chat because I screwed it up.
Okay.
So while they're doing that, I'll just draw right before. And
All right, cool.
That'll buy me a minute.
All right, I'm
Coaching,
ready.
Tristan
Let's do it.
Wade here, bringing you another hand quiz. This time, this hand comes from the 1700 WSOP
miss
circuit main event. We are pretty early on in the day one. Have 150 big blinds. An action fold to the low jack, who is an unknown amateur who opens to 600. The button, who is a good reg with a bigger stack, calls. And action folds to me in the big blind with 2 10s. What should you do here? Should you fold? Should you call? Or should you raise to 3,000?
All right, guys, here we go. Let me draw the winner real quick. It is going to be Mr. Bruce, the man, the myth, the legend. There you go. All right, guys, here we are. Pocket 10s in the big blind, facing the 3X and a call from a good reg. We got 150 bigs deep. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Matt can't get the squeeze in fast enough. He's raising the 3K. Borderline 3-bet call. Usually calls. Says Kep. Reno says raise. I think that's what the R means. Render with the woohoo. And his action's going to be... I don't know. Fuzzy Cable Guy with the call. Jellyfish, thank you for the tier 2 sub 7 months, my man. Thank you, buddy. Twirl spin with the flat, 3K. So there's a few 3-bets and there's a few flats out there. Our boy Mendo, Team Toe Extraordinaire, is going with the 3-bet. Sixes, what's your guy doing? What's your chat looking like?
BQ says he goes to 3K, Peanut Flush 3K, 3K. Button shit 3-bet there, I think. Net full. So yeah, everybody's blasting. Smeef is calling. But our contestant here, our warrior, is going 3K because he ain't never scared.
Why is the Mafia so angry? Everybody 3-bet.
I mean, yeah, just no coffee. We're just ready, man. We're just angry.
You 3-bet in the spot? Squeezing?
Unknown amateur. I missed most of the. I don't
amateur
know.
Opens for 3x, good red calls, and we're in the big blind.
I mean, honestly, I'm okay with the call a lot. He's in a low jack, which does make me want to 3-bet a little bit more. And then a good reg should be 3-betting an unknown amateur. So yeah, I guess when we do see a call, I want to squeeze a bit more for sure. But I could see calling being kind of viable as well.
I'm always calling this spot like this is one of those hands for me that has like too much equity, and I don't really want to squeeze here and then get pushed off my hand at some point. I really kind of want to see a flop and play post. If I had a hand like ace jack off here, like squeeze, even ace 10 off, probably squeezing, because then if I get re-raised again, I don't really give a shit.
Queens for you.
Queens for value.
Jacks. See, I know how you feel about jacks and 10. It's like in the same category.
Pretty much. I probably find jacks here too.
Yeah, I mean, I could see myself. I'm of that school this deep as well, because if we make it 3K and then he makes it like 9 or 8K or something like that, or we actually get 4-bet, it's pretty sick. They both call, and over can come, and
now we're multi-way out of
position.
position.
Really interesting spots a lot, whereas 3-betting, usually by calling, we're going to have just top set a lot. We're going to be able to continue on low boards. The hand's going to be fairly disguised. So yeah, I can see either option kind of being viable.
Yeah, that's interesting to me, because like if one of these people was in the hand, then for me 3-bet becomes a lot more attractive. But when there's multi-way, I just feel like
I just don't think the good reg's ever really flatting this deep with aces or kings. He's probably always 3-betting this deep in this spot. And, we get to push him off some equity, maybe some queen jack suited type hands, get him to call with 8s and 7s, those 9s, those kind of hands ourselves. So yeah, it's attractive to kind of squeeze here. The unknown amateur may be opening too light and raise folding. So, yep.
Both our horses raising to 3K though, so we're clicking.
All right,
let's see what happens.
Let's do it.
So in this spot, I gave both call and raise to 3,000, equal amount of points being 8 points.
Yeah,
dead even.
I think in a spot where we're going to be out of position very deep with really unknown ranges, it's okay to have a hand like 9s, 10s, maybe even jacks sometimes here in your calling range. Especially since this person's under the gun 6. But with that said, I also think raising is fine too. I think you have a very good hand. There's 4 pairs that beat you. The button, if they had a top of their range hand, would likely be 3-betting a big portion of the time. So that's why I give both of these plays the same kind of rating. In this instance, I did decide to go for a raise of 3,000. The low jack calls. And then the button calls as well. The flop comes ace, deuce, 9, rainbow. And I want to know, what would you do here? Would you check? Would you bet 2,500 or would you bet 5,000?
Check 2.5 or 5.
Gil, what's up, buddy? Good to see you again, my man. Usually calling this spot. Probably need to mix in more 3-bets. Yeah, so like you definitely should have some 3-bet bluffs and some squeezes here, beats. But he said like 10s were given dead even in for call and raise, so it's super close. All right, so we get called in both spots, and now we got to decide what we're gonna do. Mendo coming out with a check, so that's what we're gonna lead with. What are y'all doing here? You guys see, buddy?
EQ's going 2-5. Good morning, Fallon. How's it going? Fallon's going 2-5, and J. Coop just says, "Damn."
Sure wish we would have called. Damn.
Right. So yeah, everybody's in my chat for the most part. It's going like 2.5K.
Mendo's checking. Binkley going 2.5.
Check.
Kept like spin
Peanut.
range small. Check for renal. Check for fuzzy cable guy. Everybody check.
Yeah. Damn. So the whole army's checking in. The mafia is just blasting.
Yeah, Bibby threw a bet out there.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding, mafia.
Awkward spot, guys. Awkward spot.
Who
If I slide, I
says
can check call
5K to
100%.
represent it, but my conservative
I
ass
feel
is
like
checking.
checking here, like I feel like our hand kind of needs protection. So like, if I 3-bet, I kind of feel like I have to bet 2,500.
Well, you just want to deny equity from a king,
yeah,
a queen,
all
or a
the
jack
overs
X.
and any overs that come, and you get one street from like pocket eights, pocket nines got there. One street from like pocket.
I mean,
sevens
there's
and pocket
just
eights. It's just
ace
so little.
jack,
I guess.
ace queen,
I
ace
don't see
five
what else.
suited,
It's
ace
just
eight
purely denying
suited.
equity.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what I'm doing here. Somebody said you have to bet 5K to represent it. I don't know about that. Because maybe there are ranges that are continuing or continue inelastically. Rather you go 2.5 or 5K. You're just trying to fold out the king high, queen high, jack highs, and maybe get a small bet from pairs 9x or under.
And also
Everything
check
else,
you-
when you go 2.5 or 5, is continuing. Right.
Check, you kind of cap your range too, right?
I guess we can just check
have
some
some
hands.
exceptions.
Like ace king of diamonds wouldn't need protection. Ace king of clubs or something like that would be kind of cool as well.
But then I'd
Ace
be
queen of
betting to get
clubs.
one street
Top
from
set.
jacks, queens, kings.
But yeah, at this SPR we got about a 3. I guess we could have some checks for sure.
Okay.
For
Goes
multi-way, we
bet
probably
2,500.
want to go
Bunch
really
checks.
small.
Bunch checks. Beats 2,500. Checky.
All right, cool. BQ is going bet once for 2.5K.
This is where we part ways, my friend. Mendo is checking. Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Now, this isn't the
Bang.
greatest flop for our hand, but for our range, I assume that we're going to have more pocket aces, more ace king, maybe some more ace queen suited in our range than at least the button would. I think the low jack could have some big ace X hands like ace queen or ace king.
I love it.
So with that said, I just think this is a good spot for us to be betting. And I think a small bet accomplishes what we want. We don't need to be going a bigger sizing here. So if you picked bet 5,000, I think that's way too big of a bet. That's likely only going to get called if we're beat. I think a bet of 2,500, around a third of the pot or so, a fourth of the pot, is good because maybe we occasionally get called by some worse pairs like 8, 7, 6s, a 9x type hand like 9, 10 suited, 8, 9 suited. And then my second best option after betting 2,500 would be check. But I think if we check this board, it just gets too hard to play in future streets. So I would rather bet here and try to thin the field, if not from one player, but both players folding would be awesome. So I do go ahead and I bet 2,500. The first player folds, and then the good reg on the button calls. The turn pairs the board. Not many deuces are going to be in my opponent's calling range. Maybe the occasional ace deuce suited, which there are 2 combos of. But I want to know, what do you think we should do now? Should we check? Should we bet 4,000? Or should we bet 10,000?
I need the Casio before I know what I'm going to do.
Time to shut it down,
I know what I'm
DP
gonna
says.
Hey, Brent, no problem, Matt. No problem. That's what it is. Just
check
again, like by
barrels.
3-betting. Actually, I think 3-betting pre makes it a little harder to play post. But we got to bet because, like Sixes and I were saying, like kind of capture range to not having very much ace X, and we want to deny some equity for sure. Jelly checking, Hold'em nuts checking, Binkley checking. 4K sets up stacks, but I like checking now. Says Kep.
Oh,
Checking weakest
is
ace
betting
X, sure.
4K. What's up, buddy?
I agree
Welcome.
with that one, Kep.
4K. I'm seeing most checks, and then I see a 4K, which is kind
Me
of.
too. I see a few checks and then a couple of 4Ks.
You see any 10Ks?
I don't see any 10Ks.
I see 0 10Ks.
Reno
Okay,
says still
no.
checking, especially as 10-cent stakes. That's funny.
And the 10-cent stake, somebody has like ace 8 off or something. Like they're just never folding.
Turning tens into a bluff at this point, says Matt. Matt, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Does that mean you are just turning tens, or if we bet we're just turning tens and you're not doing that? Mendo, our man of the hour, go and check now.
Mendo is checking, and BQ is. I think we have the best hand now.
4K for poker on my mind.
So what are you doing here, buddy?
Me?
No, not you. BQ. I'm sorry. I apologize. He's going 4Ks. How about you, Tom?
Can I talk? Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
I probably wouldn't go 10K, but I would go more than 4K. I think. Just because I don't think 4K looks scary enough. Like a third pot, man. I would kind of go 60%. So I'd be somewhere in like the probably 8,500 range. And I think we kind of have to bet now because we have to sell the ace, right? We have to get jacks, queens to fold and still deny equity from like king, queen of diamonds, king, queen of spades, queen, jack of diamonds, queen, jack of spades, things like that. What do you think?
I just guess like the fucking 8K is like almost going to accomplish the same thing as 4K, and it sets up a weirder, shallower SPR, I guess, where I kind of like the 4. If I'm going to barrel here, like going 8, it just puts a third more of our stack out there, here. It puts, whereas I think if he has the ace, he's just going to continue no matter what. Whereas the 4 may still get continued by 8s, his king 9s, his queen 9, his jack 9s a little bit more often. And then we can reevaluate and see if we want to completely turn our hand into a bluff on the river because he shouldn't have too much ace king, ace queen. I think the best hand he shows up here was like some ace jack. Maybe, pocket 9s, of course, but yeah, I don't know. I would consider tripling some rivers for sure, but I like 4 personally.
I see it. Reno says, but I played this hand as a bluff catcher. I would have played this hand as a bluff catcher by not 3-betting pre, flat, check call flop, check evaluate turn. That's kind of where I would be with this hand more often than not. But here, because we bet, I think we got to rep it.
Check.
So we definitely got to bet here, I think.
Well, it's interesting because do we condense his range enough?
Lightning says 8K on the turn, then shove river. The only problem there is if I go 8K on the turn, Lightning, like I just kind of narrowed his range to a lot more ace-X. I guess we might get floated twice by queens and kings, probably 4 bets pre, so queens and maybe jacks. But this is 3-bet. So I think like, we really narrowed
at this
his
point,
range.
even 4, right? Maybe even 4 accomplishes. I don't know. I would feel like maybe 3-bet. Even if we go 4 accomplishes maybe the same thing.
Small here and small river. What you're saying?
Yeah, because the SPR is still 1. We're going to put in 4, it's going to be 18, 22, and we're going to have 20 in our stack.
Those under pairs to fold, like the ones that beat you.
But checking can be just reasonable because we 3-bet on this board and got called. So maybe at this point, we're just hoping to showdown. He would just show down worse hands, and that would be good enough, but we don't get value from enough worse. So,
J-Set says 4K is good. Just don't make it a clean bet. Make it like a constructed bet. I don't know what do you mean by that? Mendo's checking, so we can.
All right, we're going 4K here.
Waiting for Jason to answer that one.
We're not getting value from anything really, and we probably just showdown versus worse, and he shouldn't turn too much into a bluff. So yeah, it's interesting. But we're gonna go for it. Now I'm starting to think about checking. All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
I think we should start checking here.
Oh man.
If we bet again,
feeling it.
I don't think we are going to get those
I like it.
weaker hands to
I like
call
it.
us once again. I really think we'd only be getting called by ace-X if we do bet again. So I just think this is a spot to be checking, and maybe we'd be checking our range here unless we had the top of it like an ace-king, ace-queen. But if we had kings or queens, I would be playing this kind of range the same way by betting small on the flop and then checking the turn. So I do go ahead and check, and I see that the button checks back. So what kind of hands would we expect them to check back with? All those smaller pairs that I said, hands that have showdown value but aren't going to be able to extract value from me. Now, if this person had a hand like ace-10 or ace-jack, maybe I could see them checking back on occasion, or even weaker aces like some suited wheel aces. I could see those checking back. I think a hand like ace-queen would be betting the turn, and definitely a hand like ace-king would be betting the turn. So that's why I assume this range would be a little bit weaker to check back on the turn here. And then when the 4 clubs gets there on the river, I'm not overly concerned about a flush, but now I need to decide. Should I check? Should I bet 5,000 or should I bet 10,000? What do you think?
Checks back. What are we doing now? What'd you get for the bet?
Dude, you don't even want to know. 1 point
Ooh.
for 4K.
Ouch.
Dude, so that we
That's
were
harsh.
saying like in chat, yeah. So what was 10K? 0? It had to have been 0. 10K had to have been 0 and 4K is 1.
Yeah.
I mean, at worst, really, let's give it like a 5 or a 4, but fucking 1?
I also find that Tristan's an interesting cat. I think he's got a little bit of different style than some of the other coaches and a little bit different style than you and I, which is interesting. It's kind of fun to get in his head.
What up, Sean Anthony? He says, what up, sixes in tow?
Beat says, poor little fella checking back the turn. Time for blast off.
That was brutal. Well, let's redeem ourselves, BQ. What do you like here?
What do you guys think here? Check. Bet 5K, bet 10K. Bet small, bet big. Check,
Bet
take the
small,
showdown, says Matt. Is that assuming you are now check calling, Matt? Because showdown assumes he's going to check behind.
2 block, 2 value bet, or 2 check.
We got 100 bigs, no reason to get cray-cray. Check, maybe call a small bet. Don't think we're folding out anything better unless we bomb it. And I still think ace-10 plus and jacks call. Check for poker on my mind. He would check back the same thing we would check back if he was playing like we're thinking, like we are anyway. So I actually understood that crazy-ass sentence, Julius. But, I mean, there were some clues here that I don't really want to talk about until we get answers from you guys.
5K because I'm thinking he has HJ who puts him on an exact one-hand range. He has 8s, and I want to bet for value, he says, or a weak ace. Oh. So we're beat 50% of the time. If you get called by 9s or worse, then you bet, but I think I check. What's up, Patton? Good morning.
I think it takes most of our
Which
flushes
is
out
bet
of play.
folding.
That's probably fair, Cap. Bruce, what are you doing? I don't see you out there.
BQ. Well, yeah, BQ didn't say there. Now they're stalling. Let's go, boys. What are we doing in these
Tough
spots?
spot. Gil checking. 5K blocker from Con Binkley.
Going for broke. 10K. The only 10K I've seen.
Pete says he's channeling his inner Marlin. And
Oh, you said it right
firing
away. I
10K.
apologize, buddy. Oh, you did say it. My bad. You right.
Fuzzy K Black on 10K. Bruce, where you at, buddy? Check
So
call,
he just-
he says.
All right. Well, you got a check call and we got a 10K. So personally, this spot, I'd probably just check.
I do too.
I mean, just check call some bets and see if he's kind of going to polarize it. He's going to value bet. If he's going to try to represent an ace for the value bet, or he's going to polarize it.
Yeah,
He needs to
said,
turn
like,
some hands into a bluff, maybe.
when he checks the
Some
turn,
bluff.
he's got a lot of weaker showdown value hands. So some of that's weak ace X, some of that's under pairs like jacks. And then the eights. The question is 8s and 7s call. Tough spot. He said, I was thinking like 41.78 playing on the player. Clean bets make a call easier. That's interesting. That sounds like a live game thing for sure, Jay said. Because you know what's funny is I'm fucking neurotic and like I have to make clean bets or it drives me crazy. So if like the calculator says bet like 39.97, like I'm always betting 4K because that shit drives me crazy. Interesting though. Definitely.
All right,
Playing mind games.
10K it is.
We're checking.
All right, 10K. Let's go, baby.
If you said check, I think
Oh,
that
not
is the
bad.
proper play here.
Yeah.
I don't
much
think
was
we
bet?
have to bluff,
Sad
considering that we might be able to get to showdown without putting any more chips into the pot. I don't think that we're going to see the button be bluffing too much here. The other options were bet 5,000. I think that is a poor bet on the river. If we're going to get to the river on this board, I could see maybe a small bet with pocket kings or pocket queens, but that might be too thin to expect something weaker than that to call. If I was going to bet with those type of hands, I would feel more comfortable than 2 10s, but I think my opponent has the same kind of range in the sense that 2 10s is going to beat the same hands that kings or queens are going to beating because we don't expect to see too many bigger pocket pairs than 10s here. So I prefer a bet of 10,000 if I was going to bet to maybe target some of those weaker aces that did decide to check the turn. Now, granted, I don't think I have a good hand to do that. I think I win at showdown some percentage of the time. So I think checking here is best. I do check. And my opponent checks too, which I would expect to win the pot here pretty frequently. But unfortunately for me, my opponent had one of the few hands that they wouldn't 3-bet that I'm behind. So I would expect aces, kings, and queens to be 3-betting there a lot pre-flop in position, especially against an amateur player. To see jacks in their range isn't overly surprising, but I think that's a hand that's going to be getting 3-bet quite regularly. And had that been the case, I probably would have just folded my 2-10s pre-flop or maybe called depending on the sizing. But either way, I got to showdown by putting in a small bet on the flop and checking the way through. And I think this hand makes sense. And I expected to win on the river once it checked a decent percentage of the time, but not this time.
Oh, piss.
Interesting. That was good. I guess your guy won. We got 28.
Bruce stumbled a little bit on the flop, but then picked it up. We ended up with 35.
Yeah, we got 28.
Bruce, my main man, you did it.
Congratulations, Bruce.
All right, back to quizzes.
Bruce is the fucking man. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, he gets it often, and he seems to win it pretty good.
He does well. Good job, my dude
Tips
BQ.
today. Shit. You know what? Let's do it next week, Jelly, because I promised my wife I would do some shit with her today because I've been on top so much. But next week, and then I'll put all the posts out.
So you want to keep the same Nightbot giveaway code?
Sure. For those of you guys who are just getting in and weren't here for the first giveaway, poker coaching in the chat, no exclamation point, just poker coaching, all one word. My chat, Sixes chat. We'll draw 2 winners, one from mine, one from Sixes, and we'll have you guys compete for $5 on the next quiz. You got to pick it because I don't know which ones we've done and which ones we haven't.
All right, yeah. I mean, we've only. All right, cool. Yeah, that's cool. We haven't done a Lexi Gavin one in a while, so we'll do this 1700 WSOP Circuit Main at Thunder Valley 971.
Cool.
So we got our quiz picked out. We'll give you guys a chance to enter the giveaway, poker coaching in my chat, poker coaching in Toe's chat. We'll pick someone from each chat, just like the last time. You guys will compete, represent, and the winner will get $5 on ACR or PayPal, whatever's more convenient. So yeah.
Also, while we're waiting for that, exclamation point PC in either chat, and you will get a link to sign up to the site for free, pokercoaching.com. It's Jonathan Little's poker coaching site. It's got a wealth of content and coaches on there. It's available to you. We also do this every Saturday, noon Eastern, and we record all these and put them on the YouTube channel. So if you missed this one or most of any of the ones in the past, you can go to the YouTube channel, exclamation point YouTube in the chat, and go check them out. Have any questions on there for me, Sixes, any of the guests we've had in the past, then go ahead and ask them there in the comments, and I'll make sure they get to the people who you're asking. You get some answers. Is this too late to be fashionably late? No, not at all. You still got an hour, right, Dad? We're good. All right, ready to draw?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's draw. Next winner is, bang, Mr. iHawks Matt. He's fighting for me and not you this time. He's back on the right side of the line.
What up, How do I pronounce this? Marinese? I can never pronounce the name. What up, me? Congrats. Let's go.
Booyah, says Matt. He's excited. He's ready to go.
Oh, we got to beat Matt's ass today. Easy W's. Easy W.
He said.
Easy dubs. Let's do it.
Matt put on a nice little heater.
Wait a minute. Oh, he has to say something in chat. What up? Got to tag it? Let me see if he's here. Oh, yeah. Nice. Congrats. All right, he's here. 971. Let's do it. Yep.
All right, ready to go.
Hey, everyone. This is Lexi Gavin with PokerCoaching.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about a hand that I played in the WSOP $1,700 circuit main at Thunder Valley. The blinds are 300, 300 with a 300 ante. Folds to us in the low jack. What should we do? Should we fold, call, or raise to 800?
All right. Kept raising right away with an LOL. What are you guys doing out there? Limping behind, raising, or finding a better spot?
What are we doing here? Congrats, WBC, and thanks for Bragg posting my chat. Congrats, that's what's up. What up, DG? My dude. Raise, raise, raise. Somebody says, come on.
He's just jamming 83 bigs. He's not messing around.
Is
800
This is
done.
a snap.
Stand it open. Stand it open. Stand it open. Stand it
Yeah,
open.
this is just a snap decision. We probably shouldn't waste a ton of time.
Everybody's raising. All right, let's move.
Hold on. Is this a twist or? Oh, I see. Oh God, am I not going to be able to open something on stream? Oh
We need
God.
to call your wife in here to help you open that.
Yeah, she brought it to me. There we go. I got nervous. Not open this. All right. Cool.
Ready to go?
800. Yeah,
800.
everybody. Yeah, 800.
Ready to
It
go.
is.
I gave fold a score of 0 points. This hand is just way too strong, so we are never folding it pre-flop. Calling a score of 2 points. I don't typically open limp ever, so that's why I scored that so low. So I think raise to 800 is just the perfect sizing. When I'm 100 big blinds effective and more, I'll usually 3x. So this, I think 800 is a good sizing with 83 big blinds. So that's what we do. We get a call from the hijack, call from the button, and a call from the big blind. The flop is king of clubs, queen of diamonds, 4 of hearts. Big blind checks. What should we do? Should we check, bet 2,500, or bet 3,500?
All right. Multi-way, 4-way pop. Ace, jack, backdoor, nut flush draw, gut shot, nut. Draw to the Broadway. And over.
My
Out of
mouthful.
position to 2. And a mouthful.
What are y'all doing? 12 spring going with the check. Coming in right away. Check for Fuzzy Cable Guy.
Damn. D Coots, 3,500, 1,000% of the time, he says. Sheesh.
Row.
Check,
Kept
but
checking.
ain't going
King Queen
nowhere
really good for
unless
buttons
it's
range.
ridiculous.
1,500 for Bruce. 1,500. He's going off the rails. Picking his own size. 2,500 for J-Set. Like check calling with the backdoor draw, says Kep. Matt, what are you doing?
BB chops.
Matt
Fantastic
says check call
range,
seems
bet
good.
small, but multi-way versus a range that is similar to ours, hijack. I maybe actually want to check.
A little hype for
Mhm.
my buddy iHawks, Matt. Just started streaming, so give him a follow. Check him out.
Matt.
Longtime friend of both the Army and the Mafia.
Yep.
Part of Team Toe. Check him out.
All right.
40%, 1,500. Got it. Check. 2,500. Sprinkle 2,500s. Shitload of checks. I'm checking here. Multi-way I'm checking. In position.
Wait a minute.
I would always bet.
What your guy
really?
do in this spot?
My guy?
Yeah.
Matt, checking.
Match checking. Yeah. Our Mary's checking as well.
So like I said, now, like I would check here.
Typically a range
Multi-way,
bet, but
for
not
sure. In
four-way.
position, I would always bet. If it was heads up.
Check for
Got
2,500.
a straight draw, one over
so
backdoor
big.
clubs, a lot of floating ranges. Smack this king queen board. Indeed, I agree. Cool.
Yeah, we're checking as well. I mean, I'm on just these bets when we bet these to get called and missed. We're just
Multi-way, they get called so often too, right?
yeah, like their range is just going to contain enough king tens, queen jacks, king X suited, jack tens, and all this shit is just going to continue. You're going to be out of position for most of the hand if you get called, and a lot of questionable decisions on turns. But we can just check, call, hit the nuts, and win all the money. So, all right, we're checking.
We're checking. Let's go.
Yep.
I gave checking a score of 10 points, bet 2,500 a score of 8 points, and bet 3,500 a score of 4 points.
8 for the bet.
I think betting is okay in some situations. I do like the fact that we have
Coop is right.
gut shot to Broadway and backdoor nut clubs. So if this were a spot where we were heads up, maybe even 3-way, I'm more inclined to see bet. But I think that because we're 4-way, I do prefer to check and pot control a little bit here. So that is what we decide to do. The hijack decides to bet 2,000 into a pot of 3,800. The button calls. The big blind calls, and we call. We're getting such a good price to call with our backdoor opening.
Good implied odds.
So the turn is a 10 of clubs, so we have hit the gin card here. Big blind checks. We check. The hijack bets 5K. Button folds. And the big blind raises to 12,500. What should we do? Should we fold, call, or raise all in?
What do we do here?
We're shoving.
Matt's jamming right away.
Folded
He's on
up. Why is that even there? Stop, man. Why is fold there?
Snapchat. Why is fold there? That's a good question. Because I think there's no. I don't think there's any two choice options when you make the quizzes. Right? There's always three.
True.
And,
That's
like,
right.
you
We
can't
made
raise this to
these,
anything
yeah.
besides all in because it's half your stack.
Good point.
Matt says he's pushing Horn's grandma out of the way to jam. Poor
Everybody
Horn's grandma.
says it's jamming.
All in, all in, all in, all in. We've got a couple of calls. Kep's calling. Quality long says Kep. Julia's calling. Bruce calling. No protection needed. Could we balance our folding range here? Thinking next level twirl. I like it.
I hope I don't miss something really good. Why
Matt's
call?
doing the happy Jansen jamming.
Why call?
All in for
reunion?
Reno.
Ooh.
Got to have some, not some bluff folds for balance. Got to have some nut folds for balance. Pete says, damn, jam. Flatting here is looking
Ours
insanely strong. Call.
All in. So our contestant's going all in.
So is ours.
Joe Stock is folding. No. Misreading my
Fold
hand and
face
throwing
up.
it in the muck.
Yeah, I think we're probably supposed to call. We do have some strong calling hands in our range, right? Like King Queen, King 10.
I mean, the problem is we're just gonna have 9K behind, so we're just gonna be calling King 10. We're gonna have King 10 in our calling range, Queen 10 that we turn, maybe just calling. No matter what we do, I guess the options are like, are there gonna be river cards that kill our action? Is the board pairing gonna be bad for us in a way that we get stacked? They're only getting in when improved. Are they ever going to just give up on river when we check here?
Bet the nuts.
Does our shove lose the hijack ever? And if we call, does the hijack call more, getting a better price?
Right.
If
The
we
problem
call
is
here, it's
like,
only
I
7,500.
agree with
So I
Kep
think-
here. He says we want to keep the hijack in, can't raise the nuts to
Yeah.
the nut redraw. Need no protection if we jam. What hands do we jam here?
Yeah,
That isn't this one.
exactly. I agree.
There's
No,
nothing.
I mean, I think we just definitely call with the hijack being in here. We need him. Maybe he realized he's getting a great price with like 2 pair or something like that, and yeah, just gives us an extra bet. Whereas if we jam, he may have just folded.
I mean,
King
Matt's
Jack,
saying
Queen
there's a lot of
Jack, the
two-pair
hands with the
combos
open
that
end.
can't fold if we jam. I
pair,
say raise,
King,
3-bet, 4-bet, check jam.
Jack
right?
10.
Like, that is strong as ever living five.
Yeah.
You have no
Think about
bluffs.
this. If we put in 75, we put in the 12-5, he's going to have to call just like 7,500 more with like Queen Jack and open-ended plus, a pair, and he might feel like he gets the right price. Whereas if we jam, he might feel inclined that he's dead and just folds because it's the worst price. So yeah, I think calls best.
Cool. We're going jam.
Our player was going all in though. They are. Our players
So are
all
we.
in. You're going all in?
Yep.
Fuck.
Matt pushed
I'm
Horn's
calling.
grandma out of the way to get it all in.
Matt's just getting. I'm probably just calling. But
Me too.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I don't want to click all in though.
But you have to.
I know.
It's the
All right,
rules.
cool. Let's do it.
It's not personal. It's just business.
I know. I just want to see if they're. Well, we'll know if it's 10. So, all right.
I already
do
clicked, so I'm ready. Ready?
Yep.
Fold a score of 0 points. This is kind of
It is.
rhetorical. I know nobody's
mess
going to
this
fold
spot
here.
up.
We have the
Easy.
stone cold nuts with the flush draw redraw. So if you chose fold, then obviously you misclicked. Call, I gave a score of 10 points, and raise all in a score of 5 points. So if you think about it, there's really no reason to raise all in and price out the hijack.
Yeah.
So calling is by far the best option. This way we give the hijack an opportunity to call or raise all in. So that is what we do. We call, and that's exactly what the hijack does. He raises all in,
Yay!
and the big blind
Yay!
calls, and we obviously call.
What the hell kind of punt?
So we're gonna
Hit a
we're gonna
straight.
chop
Everyone had a
with the big
straight.
blind and the hijack.
Oh,
was
he
an
had but he doesn't
unfortunate
need to
pull-in.
jam there.
So that's just a situation where you don't want to raise with the nuts with the redraw when there's a player behind you, because you want them to enter the pot as well. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the quiz, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.
What is he
Bye.
doing calling with Jack 9 offsuit pre-flop? Punish this man.
So that for sure, but
Punish
like
this
a weird
man.
spot if you have Jack 9 on the turn and there's a raise 3-bet jam like shit. Like Jack 9.
It's kind of
do we
like
fold that? Like, wow.
in the 1700 where people. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Come on, man.
Tough.
What are you doing with Jack 9 in there pre-flop to a raise? This is just, punish this man, poker gods. Punish. All right, cool.
What'd you get? We got 25.
If this is, we got a 25 as well. You know what time it is.
It's time.
You
to
got
roll
it? Oh, God. Toe has the RNG, the Grim Reaper for the Mafia. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Between
Good
1 and 2. All right, call it.
What do you want, Mary? I'm probably destroying the name. You want a 1 or a 2? Give him like 10 seconds. Whoever answers first. You got 2 in the chat.
2. All right, rolling it. Bang, 2. You win.
2. Oh, shit. Wins the flip. Let's go.
Matt
wins the flip.
Did really well on this one, but couldn't win the flip when it counted. Wah, wah, wah.
This is the 40K all over again, Matt. I feel your pain, buddy.
Good job. There we go. All right, so next quiz here. So I think we should give the name here.
All right, yeah, we'll cancel it, and then we'll change it to who we just did. Let's just do Lexi as a keyword. That's what I've been doing, just coaches' names.
Sounds good. Lexi is the keyword, guys. Type Lexi in the chat, and we will draw 2 more people to compete on the next quiz. You're going to pick all the quizzes today, so I know where we're at, because I don't know which ones cool. Picked. Matt says, lucky spads bottom straight, and we chop the other hand like ace, king, queen, jack 10, or club, just freezes us all. I disagree on the hand.
Make sure to whisper me your ACR name. Congrats.
You probably don't need to raise the nuts with the nut redraw, man. Like,
we don't need to.
If you get it all in there, I think Jack 9's supposed to fold. Whether this guy folds or not, I don't know. But I mean,
you give him a chance to holy shit.
That's your jam there has no bluffs, like 0 bluffs.
I'm like,
and like your 2 pairs are in a sticky situation and probably don't jam. Your sets, maybe. But
hard to fold a set, but. All right, cool. We got Lexi J. Coops in love with Lexi Gavin being awesome.
How do you lose value, man, if the hijack flats? Like the hijack's going to flat with their 2 pairs and stuff and not call the jam, so you get the extra juice. You get twice as many chips.
Mm-hmm. All right,
we're going to pick a quiz first. Isn't even border of the borderline. Yeah, I'm a Jack 9 off. It's kind of a shitty call. What quiz we doing?
I'm looking. Whoa, my shit is. You guys see that? It froze up for a second.
Lexi in the chat if you want to draw to play for $5.
Guys who flat Jack 9 off pre-art folding a straight. True story ever.
But I think more of the range is 2 pairs. Pair and draw combos.
DB out here spitting.
Not losing your river value because you still get in against Jack 9 in that spot. Who might get away on the flop.
Damn, I'm greedy. I did all these.
I mean, a blank card, you still probably get paid by 2 pair.
Got a bunch of Alex stuff, but man, should we do a cash one?
I'm down.
All right, Jay Little, the 2550 live cash game, 400 big blinds, 979. So we'll do that. I hit those. What's up, buddy? Good morning. How you doing?
All right, draw for the winner.
Let's draw for the winner. Get in there, Lexi. You got 2 seconds.
We already drew. Beats on our channel.
You got Beats? This cat wins every other week, man. Or every
Beats
week.
and Bruce in there all the time. Gillen.
Oh, Jay Coop with the good vibes gets in there. What's up, buddy? Let's go. Represent the Mafia. Them good vibes.
A lot more back cards than good there, Matt. I mean, I don't think so, right? Anything under a 10, there's a lot of those. The champ is here, says Beats.
What's up, Waffles Up?
We're running out of quizzes, Bruce. That's why we're talking about doing homeworks and mixing it up too, because we kill these quizzes.
Oh shit! What number? Oh yeah, 979.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Whoa, look at this.
I have pocket jacks under the gun, playing 2550 no limit hold'em, 400 big blinds deep, or $20,000 deep. I do raise it up to $150. Woo-hoo. Gonzalez calls hijack, and then Jennifer Tilly, who plays a lot of hands, but I don't think she actually plays her hands too aggressively. She elects to 3-bet to $800. So 150 call, 800. Small blind and big blind fold after a little bit of thought, and then it's back around to me. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 2,200, or re-raise to 4,000?
Funny side story. I didn't make this up. My wife actually made this name up, but my wife always calls her tits Tilly. Which I think is funny.
This is a child's program, man. This is a kid's
Just saying. That wasn't me. That was Mrs. Toe. Swear to God. True story. All right. So, what? Raise, call, 3-bet, and it's on us with jacks. What are you doing, Beats? The champ.
Man, Jennifer Tilly raising. So we open under the gun, review the action. The hijack calls with A6 of diamonds for 150. Jennifer Tilly 3-bets on the button to 800, and Dan Zach calls from one of the small blind. Damn, bro, shit's wild. And we have jacks. What are we doing here, chat? Everybody's call.
Okay, we raised.
RJ's like
call,
first
3-bet
stacks,
button.
baby, 2K.
Beats, what are you doing?
Squeeze
Where'd you
here.
go? She nuts. Calling, keep her in. Call.
J Coop.
with the
J Coop is
voluptuous
calling.
emote. Call for Renal. Julia's calling. Everybody calling. Call.
Don't love the
call,
squeeze
call.
here.
I see everybody calling except for
B
Beats.
Millie with the all in. The millionaire is
Calls,
going
now you
all
said
in.
it.
Too rich to care. Run it 3 times.
Call from JPG. Set mine says Reno. I don't know if we're straight set mining because we're going to continue on some boards for at least 1 bet, right? Set mining implies that we hit a jack on the flop and we get away. Enough out there pre that we can squeeze his hand 4-bet, narrow it down a bit, says Matt. And we are so deep it's good, ? Beat says Tits Tilly's raising, so he's going 2,200.
4-bet. Ooh, a lot of raises. No set, no bet.
I got 90% calls in my chat, but Beats raising.
How rich are you, Tell? You calling? You
Oh, fuck,
raising?
I'm calling this in the tournament. I'm calling this in the cash game. I'm always calling it. There's always going to be 60% chance there's going to be an overcard on the flop. Like I'm not trying to.
I would bet 2,200
Out
if
of
it were
position.
me because I love jacks. Yeah, I probably just, I don't know if it was somebody else I might raise, but Jennifer Tilly as well. Kind of tight.
This would be 4-bet. and
Might,
just
man. Yeah, I'd probably just flat here. All right. We're calling. J Coop's calling, and
We are going
Beats
22.
is. All right, cool. This should be cool. All right, let's do it.
This is a situation where if I put in the 4-bet, I think my opponents are going to play quite well against me. Whereas if I do call, we're going to get to see the flop. Yeah, we're going to be out of position. But if I make a set, 400 big blinds deep, it's great. If I get an overpair, it's usually good enough. And if I get a marginal made hand, well, we'll see where we go. So I like calling.
Who's
Notice
the
if I
princess?
do a
Looks like she's
re-raise
drinking like wine from the bottle. There.
to either 20, 200,
Shout out
or
to the princess of
4,000.
the table.
Jennifer Tilly has just a very easy 5-bet with her best hands plus a few bluffs, which is awful for me. And Pocket Jacks doesn't actually flop all that well in terms of making lots of decently strong made hands on the flop, because if even one overcard comes, it could easily be beat. So I'm really never, ever putting in the 4-bet in this scenario. So I like calling. Gonzalez folds A6 of diamonds, which I think is fine, and then we see a heads-up flop. With Pocket Jacks, you should all know already, I'm going to check every single flop. I do not know what cards Jennifer Tilly has, so that's fun. It's like we're playing real poker, where we don't know the opponent's cards. We'll get back to that eventually. Flop comes Queen 7-2. I like to check, and Jennifer Tilly puts out a $1,100 bet into the 1,800 pot. So
funny.
roughly 2/3 pot.
Oh, it's not that.
Should we fold,
Almost done.
call, raise to 2,700, or raise to 4,000?
Bruce says, "Is it possible to quote flat Jennifer Tilly?" Well played there, buddy. I got you. Well played.
Stop it.
Check call says Kep. What are y'all doing? What are you all doing? Queen high board, 2 clubs. We don't have a club.
You guys are ridiculous. Snap. Mark says snap. I can't even read these comments. That's ridiculous. Call.
Technically, this is 21 and over, right? Because you have to be able to gamble.
Yeah, true, right?
It's a mature audience.
Damn, RJ is wanting to overplay the jacks so bad it hurts. Now he's going 2.7K. He wanted to raise
We're
pre. He
going
wanted to
2.7 also.
4-bet.
Gil calling, Kep calling, JPG calling.
Look at her
You can,
for
but it's an
any
oxymoron.
live reads,
Very
then
true,
flat
Julius, very
call.
Very true. Beats.
Creeps.
Calling. Or yeah, calling. Sorry, we checked the flop. So we're calling here.
All right, you're
Big
calling. I'm sorry.
We got one raise from Reno, and everybody else out there calling.
Yeah, Jay Coop is calling as well.
Cool. I'm
PL one. I see one raise, and yeah, a bunch of everyone else is pretty much
Buck on my
calling.
mind, you hold them. 3-bet fold. NRG puts in these jacks as well. Folds is now you said it. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, we're good. We're calling. Yeah, I think this is like what we were saying before, where this hand's not really a straight set mine because we're gonna see a turn. So here, I mean, I feel obligated to call. She's got a queen. or
Well, I
nothing.
mean, we
She
got
has some ace
call.
king, some like ace 10, ace jack squeezes, maybe overplayed 10s or 9s, something like that.
So there's 29.50 in a pot, and we have to call 11.25.
There was 18.25, and she bet 11 and change.
Yeah, so we got to call. We still have
She
to
bet
call
big.
a
She bet
lot.
two-thirds
I
pot.
mean, this is just one of the best hands we can call with here, even though we don't have a queen and it's an over, yada, yada, yada. She could still just be barreling like ace, queen, ace, jack if she squeezes 10s herself. So, yeah, we just have to call.
I agree.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
This is a spot where you just have to stick around. If you fold in this scenario with pocket jacks or 10s or 9s or say even like ace king, especially if you have a club, you're probably playing a little bit too tightly. I mean, yes, I do think Jennifer Tilly's range is going to be stronger than the typical 3-better, but sometimes that just doesn't matter whenever your hand is too good. I mean, if I had a jack of clubs, I'd be way happier here because then sometimes you pick up a little bit of backdoor equity. But in this situation, our hands are just too good to fold. So the plan here is to check call and then see what develops on the turn. Obviously, an ace or a king are awful for me on the turn, and a club is pretty bad too. So we do check call. As on the flop, we're going to be checking every turn. So we do check. Turn is turn's the king of hearts, and then we do check. And then she is going to make another bet.
No.
The pot is 4,000, and she bets 2,600.
Yeah.
Should we fold, call, raise to 6,000, or go all in?
That's funny. Kep says, every time I watch her play catch, she gets out of line. Julia's saying, don't count Tilly out. Her game has improved through osmosis. I mean, she's in a relationship with Phil Locke for a long time. Yeah, I think the thing is that I think she's good, but she's not world-class, and she tends to play with a lot of world-class players. I mean, I think that's... I don't know about her game selection because of who she is.
Somebody says send it. Damn. Just go all in. Whew.
Whoa.
Yeah, full yuck.
Fold for Matt. What do you guys do?
Fold for Matt.
We got bet at again. We block the draws, which leads her to having more paired hands here. What y'all think? Matt, the only one getting out there with some answers.
All right, yeah, I'm sorry. I was
Fold,
looking at
call,
the calculator.
6K, or jam.
Send it, fold. At least we forget. Fold,
Renal jamming.
fold. Put pressure on her. Just put pressure on her. She bet, but let's just put pressure on her in her range here, huh? We're too rich to care about the money. Let's just put pressure. Fire it into the mud. Where I saw Tilly fold a set. Yeah, we did see Tilly fold a set. You remember that? So I'm jamming. I'm gonna turn my entire range into a bluff because she folded a set once.
Beats puking and then calling.
What if Jonathan said that? Well, I seen her fold a set once on TV, so I think we just fire off our entire range.
She's got it in her. She's got folds in her
to
game.
only call with top set.
Ooh, Gil calling. A bunch of folds. Bruce calling. Beats calling. Our man of the hour. Calling one more, says Kep.
Kappa.
All
right, what are we doing? Jay Coop is folding. All right. Cool.
I think I'm folding too at this point.
I mean, sheesh, we got to call 2,600 to make 66, 25. We still have to call like 60% of the time, but this is third pair. And we probably have hands that can make the best hand we want to call with, I guess. I mean, Yeah, I'm just out of
The
here.
argument is that you should bet 1,100 into 4,000.
I mean, if we had like Jack 10 of clubs, I would like to call a little bit more than just Jack. Yeah, I'm probably just done here.
I think you actually lose more NRG by raising pre-flop because then you're gonna bloat the pot, then c-bet, and then the king's a good bluff card for you. So you probably should be betting that with your jacks. Turn your jacks into a bluff. So then it gets crazy and more expensive. But yeah, it gets crazy.
Fold or re-raise.
You're assuming that when you 4-bet your jacks, you're getting all these folds, right? What happens when they call? We still out of position the whole time. We check river. She can bet or bet. Yeah, true. All right, we're calling because that's what Beats did.
You're calling. Yeah, we're folding.
All right, let's spot up.
Yep.
At this point, I just have a very, very easy fold. The King of Hearts on the turn is like the worst card for me, one of the worst cards. So we have a no-brainer fold to any bet size, really. If she bet 1,000, we would just fold. There is no merit in making any other play whatsoever, unless you just like know she's running an absurd bluff. But like I said, if she's a little bit on the tighter side, if anything, I should be drastically overfolding. And when we get a turn that is just really, really bad for me, there's no point in sticking around. So check call the flop with the idea that we're probably going to fold this on the bad turns. If it's a decent turn, we're probably going to check call again, unless she starts like polarizing her range, in which case I just fold. Because if someone is polarizing their range by betting bigger, but they don't have a whole lot of bluffs in their range, it just usually means they're relatively strong. So this is a spot where she just wins the pot if she keeps firing. And notice if I did have a set here, I would check call flop. If I had ace queen or aces or kings that I played slowly, I would just check call the flop. So you want to make sure your range is very well protected. So in this spot on queen 7-2, I'm just not going to check raise anything. And that's going to ensure that I have some hands that can conceivably check call turn and check call river, so that I'm not just very, very easily exploitable by relentless aggression.
Ooh, we did it. J. Coop got the perfect tens. I see you, my dude.
We got 18.
Yeah.
You got that one.
Good job, J. Coop. Bringing it home with perfect score. Well played, my dude. You won, I think. I won, I think, he says. Trolling. Troll Nation today. Good job, guys. Got time for maybe one, maybe two more?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You want to do another cash game one?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. We'll do J Little in chat to reset it and give everyone who's active in chat an opportunity. So we'll just do J Little if you want to enter.
Yep, J Little in the chat. I'm ready to go.
If you've won, make sure to whisper me your ACR name or something. Make sure to whisper me. What's up, legit, Patton? Let's go, boys. D Coop, very
Jacks
well
like Kings
said.
have a way of making my life so incredibly uncomfortable. I think
Calling
Kings
turn leaves you in no man's land.
pretty easy, but Jacks, yeah, I just got to play them a little bit more. I think people overplay them a lot.
People are asking what we're entering for. Yeah, this is for to play heads up versus the Toe Army. You'll compete against someone from his chat, and if you win the quiz, or if you guys tie, we do an RNG. But if you win, you get $5.
Yep.
So,
little chance for you to gamble on getting better.
hell yeah, legit. I'm from Ohio, buddy. Toe's from Vegas. In Vegas.
Fueled by anxiety. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
All right, cool. I think, yeah, we got people in there real quick.
I have a hard time with those quizzes because different coaches give conflicting instructions. Yeah, I mean, some of them vary a little bit. I think, and some of the points are close. So I would say don't get too down on yourself if, like, you get an 8 instead of a 10. 8's generally going to be an okay spot. But, yeah, they do vary slightly. But in the long run, I think the vast majority of it is, good poker is good poker. And even if they do something you wouldn't necessarily do on the flop, the follow-up actions are based on what your flop action is, right? So there's a lot of that, too.
Cool. You want to pick a quiz and then roll it? Yeah, let's pick a quiz real quick. I'll pick.
All right.
Let's see what we got. Thank you guys for those follow. Gans and legit. Hell yeah, boys. Good luck. Russia. Let's. I'm trying to see if we have Affleck. I try to get Affleck in once a week.
Mr. Matt.
510 cash live.
953.
960 is what I have.
Oh,
You want to do 953? I did 953.
I got you. 960. King 10 of hearts.
Yeah, somebody got wrecked. Whoever did 953 got a 16. Did a 16. Yikes. It wasn't me. I would never get a score that low. Come on.
That's funny.
Yep. All right, let's do
All right,
this.
ready to draw for it. Ooh, it's
Let's
early in
draw.
the morning.
Peanut Flush. It seems like Peanut Flush always gets in there as well.
Uh-oh. Julius, man of the hour. Hold him, he's nuts. You're up, buddy. You're up.
All right, let's go, Peanut. I love it. My dude's crushing the game as well. Good shit. Who you got? Who won for you?
Hold him, he's nuts. Julius.
Julius, my dude. Love to see it. All right, 960 it is. You ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it.
He says great.
All right, we're playing 5-10 no limit here at the Bellagio during December in the Bellagio 5.
Bellagio.
We have the King 10
Crush.
hearts and the low jack, raise it up to 30. And we're going to go 4 ways to the flop with a big fish, a competent player, and a random big blind. Flop comes King 10-6, all clubs. Should we check, bet 50, or bet 100?
Have we done this? No.
I haven't done this one.
Oh, you haven't done this one? I don't think so either. Legit's going 50.
I just realized I don't know if the volume was down for you guys on the stream.
It felt
but it's
low on
hard
me
for
as
to
well.
know. I could barely hear it. Matter of fact, I might even replay it. Hang on. How long is it? It's 27 seconds. Let me try this again.
Go ahead, do your thing. Give you guys a chance a second.
We have the King 10 of hearts and the low jack, raise it up to 30. And we're going to go 4 ways to the flop with a big fish, a competent player, and a random big blind.
Got it.
Flop comes King 10-6, all clubs. Should we check, bet 50, or bet 100?
All right. There we go.
Cool.
Cool. What are the options here? Multi-way. We raised it up. We got 2 pair on a
50,
weird
check.
coordinated board. Check call one says Matt. Check for Gil. Check for Cap.
All right, Peanut's going 50. Regent Al, good morning. Checking here, 50. Oh, amazing cash game hand unless you have 2 pair with the board of clubs. Check and call, flop, and turn. Jay Coop says DG's going 50. Patton said you got a bet. How you feeling about this, Toe?
I don't know. Oh, got all the clubs out there.
Know what I'm doing.
Club anywhere near. Damn it, check says hold Mets. Okay, cool. So I'm probably betting for value.
Yeah.
I don't really want to give a free club, I don't think, or a free straight card. It's one of those weird ones where the board's super dynamic, but I think we're at the top. So I think we should be betting, and I'd probably be betting 100.
I'm probably checking here.
Yeah?
Multi-way. Yeah. It's somebody could have flopped a flush.
Sure.
When we bet, just infinite number of turn cards that are bad and questionable. We're likely going to be out of position. So check calling, reevaluating. We probably only have a 2 street hand, even though we flop 2 pair, versus the ranges when we try to bet 3. So I probably want to wait for some safe turns. Check, call, reevaluate, bet. But personally, I can see betting Bing. But every time I bet here, I feel like I'm never going to know what to do out of position because they can just flat some very strong hands. We can get check raised. I never know what to do. Awkward turns. If you get check raised, what the fuck do you do on this board as well? Like there's certainly, queen jack of clubs and shit. I don't know versus in these ranges. So personally, I'm checking.
Cool. Julia's checking too. Let's do it.
We're actually betting 50 on my end because that's
what
what
we did.
Peanut Flush is doing. Yep. So we're gonna bet 50, and I wonder what Matt does here.
Let's find out. He likes checking these super coordinated boards.
Spots right now, they're pretty hard to study. They're haven't been really solved yet. But these monotoe boards have really, really low betting frequencies. There's a lot of flushes out there between 4 ranges, especially the hijack's gonna be flatting wider than usual. Most people play suited cards. The button's a competent player, and the big blind can have a plethora of suited cards as well. So our hand is really good, but our range is...
I can't turn it up. Fuel by anxiety. This quiz is super low. It's the quiz.
But we do have top 2, and I think a lot of it depends on if we're playing against really good players here. I think we want to protect ourselves with some checks here. But against straightforward ABC players, I don't mind betting it all here for both value and protection. And so I think checking and betting 50 are both fine. I don't like the large bet size because we narrow the ranges down pretty narrow. And so, either checking or betting 50 are both fine. It checks through, and the turn card is the King of Diamonds. Should we check, bet 50, or bet 100?
All right. What do we like here? We want to bet. We want to check again. Legit says 50. Reginald says check. Yeah, I'm sorry if the volume's low, but
It's the quiz. It's definitely not us this time.
all right, cool. What do we like? Bet 50. We want people to come along now. Solid ass turn. I agree. Check that shit.
Matt doing another happy
Mendoza
dance,
says-
betting 100. Mendo's betting 50. Kev's betting 50. Julius, what are you doing, buddy? 50. Bruce.
Fallon says, now that we checked flop, I like to double check. I have an interesting thought on that as well. What do we like here? What is our player doing?
50-50. Julius betting 50.
Peanut's going 50 as well. All right. What do you like here? I think. Oh, well, go ahead.
I would go like 75 a
Just-
game, so I'm probably going 100 here. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely trying to put chips in this pot now. If we have any slow played flushes, we get called. Single King X got calls. I'm definitely betting. I'm betting for sure.
Well, I
I'd
mean,
go
it's
like 60%.
interesting because when we lead out very big into this board, I think we lose a lot of the single club hands. They start to feel like they're priced out, and we just have trips or big hands too often. Maybe by going small, we still get called by some 10x and some single club hands that are just dead. But it feels like 100, like the queen of clubs and shit is like, board parity goes like damn near pot. He bets out into a bunch of people. That story feels pretty strong.
That's why I'd go 75 in game.
Yeah, I would probably just either small bet or I kind of like checking again as well. Just taking the full slow play line, letting somebody blast off with either a worse king or turn something into a bluff and allowing him to improve. So I'd probably check in game again.
Do you think multi-way like this would get less people betting as a bluff?
I do, but I also think people in the back seat maybe can start betting some 10x for value.
Okay.
Maybe he can turn a single call, and then if he starts betting in the back seat, these guys, and he goes small, these guys can maybe check raise bluff something with the ace of clubs, thinking he's stealing it. But I just think there's more opportunities to maybe get value by checking again and allowing them to realize value and getting a super big street of value on the river, rather than trying to bet twice on a paired board here. So I don't know. Bet looks like a flush draw still, you think? If we're betting into two people, yeah, it's going to be hard to get a ton of chips in if he checks through. I agree. So that's why 50 is interesting. Is this global? Straight flush on the river. Oh, that's
This
funny.
is global. We bet 250.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and bet 50 because that is what Peanut's doing.
That's what our guy's doing too. Let's find out.
Nice.
Obviously, we turn the nuts, but
The
it's a pretty close
nuts.
spot in terms of if we want to check or we want to bet. Our hand is strong enough for a check raise, but the flop did check through, and it's unlikely right now it could check through again. And 4 ways here, I think it's just going to get uncalled from at least someone. I don't feel a check here, and I think it's a decent option, but no one's going to fold a king, and I think we're going to get some loose peels here. And I don't mind just starting to get money in now. I don't mind checking as well. It's really a coin flip to me whether you want to check or bet this hand that doesn't need any
probably a
protection. But
9.
since it checked through, I think people bet enough king x hands, and so I should just start doing my betting myself. People aren't aggressive enough. They don't find enough bluffs, and so we should just I lean towards doing the betting myself here rather than letting someone else bet for me. I bet 50. Don't want to bet large here. This is definitely a hand we want to fit in our small bets. The big fish calls, and it goes full, and the river's the 5 of spades. Should we check, bet 75, bet 150, or bet 250?
Lot of betting options.
Here we go. Lots of betting options. Small,
Legit.
medium, big, or check.
Let's
Trying to get value if we check.
value
I
from
agree.
Mr. Balls.
Feel by anxiety. I was definitely on team bet myself.
Yeah, I like bet. Yeah, I like bet. I think checking makes some sense, like he said. I wonder what checking was. It's probably like an 8 or a 9 from the way he from his sound. Let him bluff with that queen jack one club. Legit says
Matt saying check raise too. Just let the
Bluff
pitch bluff.
That's him.
250 for twirl, 150 for cap.
MGM is going 500. 2x pot in this
Whoa.
bitch. Greedy. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Pizza says he loves 250 over bet.
Nah, you got to bet again. 150. I hit those. Says. I mean, I'm on team.
Wait,
Well,
Julius, what are you doing?
Wait. Yeah, I gotta wait. Yeah, I'm a greed lord also
Check
too.
for poker on your mind. What are you doing, holding me's nuts?
Yeah, what kind of fish is he? Is it spewy?
He doesn't know.
or
He's
a
pleading the
passive
fifth.
fish?
You gotta pick a bet, buddy.
You got Peanuts going. Peanuts going 250. He's greedy. He's either calling or
250 for
jamming.
Gil.
He's gotten this far. 150, 75.
Holding his nuts is feeling the pressure. He's got 2 10s right now, and he doesn't want to fuck this up. Gotta pick an answer. Ready, go.
He's actually
Check,
clicking
let him
through
do the work, he
quiz.
says. 150 looks like we can bet folds. It's cap. Now you can go. What's up, buddy? What are you doing?
Me?
Yep.
I like a check raise probably. When we go small here, he may feel inclined. Like we're just gonna get max value. If he does have a king, he might turn something that he was chasing with into a bluff. So yeah, I like a check raise here, man. He might just have to turn something into a bluff. And if he has a king, we're going to be able to maybe get more value. And at 10, we probably won't get another bet from regardless. So check raise.
I'm never checking. No.
I'm always, I like
not
a
letting you
here,
check behind. No. I'm betting I think 150 for me. 250 makes a little sense. But I'm definitely betting at least 150.
I wonder what Matt's doing here. I have no idea. It feels like a check. This feels like a spot that I wish I check raised with in game, but I always bet. But it feels like just a beautiful spot to check raise.
God,
it
checks
feels
back his
so
tens.
fucking.
Weak king should probably check back, maybe. Like God, all his underpairs check. We get value from all those things.
What are we doing here? Team check raise. I'm with you. There's a lot of bets. There's a few of us out there check raising.
You got to be crazy to bluff this
I
board.
can't check it. I can't click that.
That's not true. If I bet here, he calls with a 10, Matt. Calls with jacks.
What are you doing here, Peanut? Peanut's going 250, so we got to bet. We got to check. I mean, we got to bet 250, but I would check raising game.
Julius is on Team Mafia.
All right, Team Mafia check raise.
Let's roll reversal because Peanut Fresh is on Team Toe right now. Let's find out what happens.
Let's do it.
I really think
check.
Checking here and letting this
Finger
player
pistols.
hang himself.
Let's go.
He could have a king, but the thing is that a king is going to bet himself if we check to it. So like his calling range to our bet is basically a king or like a flush that's slow played, and that's the exact same range that's going to bet
like
itself for value. And so by checking, we just allow him to bluff, and hopefully we get paid off with a check raise. Our hand is strong enough to check raise here, and so I definitely think that checking is the best option here. If we are going to bet, I want to bet large. I don't expect to get raised here ever, and so I want to bet large since I don't expect him to do any raising or bluff raising for me. I bet 250. I really think he'll be checking here.
Do you expect him to call the check raise?
Clubs or whatever he has. He's going to pretty much call with the same range he's going to value bet anyways. And he ends up folding, and I'm pretty upset with how I played that river. But we win the pot. And so, with these nutty hands that block everything, you should just be going for the check raise a lot of the time with him.
Team Toe
member Julius Extraordinaire hits the swish.
He got a perfect score?
Yep.
Well played, Julius. Well played, my dude.
All right, Julius. We
got a 27. 27's very good.
Hella good.
We got an 8. Betting 250 was an 8, so he likes it, you know.
No shame in your game.
Nah, switched it up.
Julius, hit me up. Let me know how you want your money.
Any hand that calls that huge a bet is likely to bet itself, so check raise, let him. I agree, and then we also allow him to have some bluffs with some hands.
What the hell bluffs that board? Fuck that. I just don't think anybody bluffs that shit. That's
maybe he has like fucking ace queen with the ace of clubs. I mean, that's super unlikely, but maybe he took a call line with that and, called the turn with the gutter and a nut flush draw, and he knows he can't win that showdown, so maybe he tries to bluff. It's cash. I know people make more passive mistakes than aggressive, but And if he has a king, he's going to bet anyway. So yeah, I like it. One more quiz. I guess with the theme that we're doing today, Affleck will be the keyword.
Cool. Let me get that ready real quick.
Congrats again, Julius. Good job, guys, out there competing in the streets. I like it.
Affleck. No caps.
Fallon says none of it makes sense. On the turn, the guy who was saying we need to bet our hand because it's likely to check. So why would he say check the river? Because he thinks
still
that
likely
guy
to
is still
check.
gonna bet his king.
Thank
Because
you,
when he
Fallon.
gets called on that board, I know it's weird.
Thank you, Fallon. Thank you for being on Team Toe. I appreciate you.
I'm just spazzing and just out there just doing random shit. So me and Matt were on the same wavelength for a minute. Affleck is the key word. If you guys want to get in there, compete. Last round of the afternoon.
Yep.
Or morning. People flooding it in. What's up, Justice Rolls? Good to see you, buddy. Pits me out. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good to see you.
All right.
A lot
We
of
have a bunch
legends in
of
chat.
Afflecks coming in. I see one Affleck.
Let's go. Yo, my people. I
Affleck.
love
He
it.
even spelled it right. Here comes 12 Spin. There's a couple more Afflecks coming in the chat so you can compete for $5. There's Gil.
Yo.
Kev's
Affleck,
never letting
alright,
him
cool.
shut down for free. I agree. I agree on that one. Yeah. Holtman says he just went the opposite of what he normally do, and he got 3 10s. He just that
All
is funny.
Oh, we got to pick a quiz real quick.
Reno says just upgraded to the standard versus from the free, and gonna do reset the
Yep.
dive in. Congratulations, buddy.
You see your name not highlighted, and you put it in here, let me know.
Affleck.
If you've already done it today, you probably won't be
What's up,
here.
Pitts?
Or already
get in there. What's up, Buffalo?
won today. I don't think you can do it twice. Should we do another cash or tournament? I want to do
See you
a.
later, bro. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Did
I'm
we do
looking.
969 yet?
969. Yes, we did. 9-6 of hearts. Yep, but we did it.
I didn't do that one, but
I was here
while
last
I was
week.
gone. Yeah.
I want to do that one, but the thing, I don't want to end on Alex. They're too long, and I have to be at a play date with the kids.
You got
at
20
like
minutes, and that's not long enough for it. After
Dude, we've had some crazy ones.
he's been leveling, man. His last few have been short, but yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm cool with whatever.
I like that cash one we did with Jonathan Little and the View of the Live cash game table. So you want to do another 25-50
Sure.
Ace 9 with the live cash game? You guys like that?
What number was that?
This one's going to be 940.
Give me a sec. Let me find it.
Yep.
940. Got it.
All right, cool. Got a few people eligible. We're going to roll it.
All right, cool. Let's
Ready?
roll it. Gil.
I hit. He
crushes.
says, "Am I in it?" and then wins it. What the hell? I hit those. Let's go. Hey, I love to see it. All is right in your universe, my man. Getting an opportunity. So funny, man.
All right, ready to play it?
I know it is rigged. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Here we have another hand
Focus.
from 2550 No Limit Hold'em live on Poker Night in America. Actually, I'm going to fold her out to Dan Zach, good
Thanks for hanging, Cap.
GTO
I
player
appreciate you,
who
buddy.
raises it up with Jack 9 of clubs off of his 80 big blind stacks. He has $4,000 in front of him. He has 4,300. Then folds around to me on the button with ace of clubs, 9 of diamonds. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 400, or re-raise to 600?
All right, guys, here we go. Ace 9 facing a raise from the hijack. We don't know it's Jack 9 of clubs, even though it is Jack 9 of clubs. What are you doing? Fold, call, re-raise to 4, re-raise to 6. What are y'all doing?
These cats are silly, man. So it says Tilly looking stellar. Yep. Hell yeah, Run So Bad been killing. Global Poker since watching your stream, learned a lot from you. Hey man, I appreciate the support, buddy.
I final table the
Thank
ball
you.
last night.
Nice. The brawl of all things.
Yeah.
You goat.
Yeah.
It's a hard tournament to focus on to get that deep in there.
And super fast structure, right?
Yeah, it's fun. We are on the button here. I hit
yes.
those, and Dan Zach opens in the hijack. And it's just to us making a decision to call, 3-bet, or fold on the button.
Matt says, hate the player out of position, probably going 400 because
says
ace-9 is our 3-bet
size?
range from the blinds. Although we're on the button. We're not in the blinds, Matt. But yes to all of that. What was the RFI? Raised to 150. The open was 150.
Yep. He says, why doesn't he block out
for sure.
Yard sway? DQ's going 600.
If you're on the button, are you 3-betting less, Matt? Is your dog in the room?
No.
Oh, must be a fan or something. Sounds like a dog panting.
Oh.
Could be a fan or something.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
600
blocked
for
it
Buffalo.
out. 4x out of position. We're in position. We're on the button.
We're on the button.
So Hot Shot Sam is calling with the ace-9 on the button. Okay.
Get what you got.
Going 400. Yeah, what are we doing? I hit those. Don't be shy. I like the 3-bet. What size you like, my dude?
Raise the 400.
2.75x or 4x. 80 big blinds deep. You're going 600. All right, cool. So my dude's 3-betting to 600. What's your guy doing?
400.
400, so it's 2.75x, and then we're going 4x.
600 for now, you said it. Yeah, we're going 400. 175, so
2.75, 4x.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go between 4. I'd probably go like 475 or something like that. Because I've been up in it. We're in position. What is that? I don't know.
No, it's 2.75 is what Gil's on, right? Or 2.5.
Yeah, but we're like 400 bigs deep, right?
80.
We're 80 bigs deep?
80 bigs effective. He has $4,000 in front of him.
I'm probably going like 500 if these are our two options.
320, yeah, 3.25.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I hit those says I like 400. Go 400. They're quite shallow for a game this big. Yeah, it is kind of. Dan Zach's loaded as hell too. So, all right. String bet is I hit those. He wanted to go 600. Now he's going 4. So I don't know what to. I didn't give mine.
We got to bump it up a little bit because it's a cash game. What do you think, Sixes?
Personally, in cash, I would tend to upsize, but in position, we don't need to go as big. But I think with this particular combo, I might just go 6, maximize fold equity, and obviously Dan Zach's GTO, so I don't know if we get to split our range as much and get away with it. Where some opponents we go smaller to induce, and then 600, want a little bit more fold equity. But I think maybe with my entire range, I probably just go 6 on the button, but I could see 4 being fine as well.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Gil went 400, so that's where we're rolling. You going 6?
Well, nah, he went 400.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so they're both going 4.
All right, let's find out.
This is a spot where I should either 3-bet or fold.
Who said that first?
Calling does not really have a whole lot of merit against a good, strong GTO player.
I see you.
So with your hands that are not quite good enough to call, you do just want to 3-bet or fold. So folding is perfectly fine. If he thinks I'm on the loose, aggressive side, I definitely will fold. If he thinks I'm on the tight, weak, passive side, I will definitely 3-bet. One thing that is worth noting, early in a session, we are about 2 hours into a session that will be 8 hours long on this day, and then I think we played another day after this, so we know we're in for a long period of poker. When I am in this scenario, I really like 3-betting the people on my right immediately and let them know that, hey, we came to play, don't mess around. And that will usually slow them down a little bit, which gives me more opening opportunities. So I like that idea of 3-betting to about 3 times his bet. You don't want to go too big when we're playing very deep stacked. I'm sorry, when we're not playing very deep stacked, because he only has 80 big blinds, because you want to risk the least amount of possible whenever he does elect to 4-bet you. And we don't have to re-raise too big because the pot's already going to be big enough to get money in the pot by the river. So he's going to give it some thought and then call, which I think is fine with his good suited connected hand. Flop comes ace, queen, 7, 2 clubs. He has a flush draw. And he checks. So now, should I check, bet 200, bet 400, or bet 700?
Fueled by Anxiety is saying the Winter Halter player, the girl dressed like a princess, is declared herself a breatharian, meaning she thinks she doesn't need food, just air to live. So I'm taking over-ender bets on how long before that girl eats a hamburger. Like 2 weeks? we'll be able to solve this breatharian thing real quick.
Breatharian. I've never heard of that. That's crazy as hell.
It's weird. All right, guys, what are you doing? Checking on the coordinated board with your top pair. Betting 2, betting 4, betting 7. What are we doing, guys?
700 bet. I hit those. Big bet. Legit says bet 200.
Bubba said betting
D
400.
Coop says, did Jonathan go 500 instead of 400 in game?
Did he? Because that's what I would have done.
Yeah. Raging Out's just shoving.
Shoving?
Yeah, he's just shoving 3x pot. Just fuck it.
But
No, I'm kidding. He's obviously trolling. Maybe not.
maybe
All right, what are we doing? Oh, so I hit those. You're just going 700 here. Okay.
I see Bluffland out there with 400. What are the rest of you guys doing? I
He
don't see
said he's
anybody
a
got answers.
crusher. A real crusher is only just putting this man
400
to the
Virginia
test here.
snaps with the nut flush backdoor. We don't need that much protection, right?
Bet
We do have
smaller,
the ace of
check
clubs.
back, I think legit says. Okay.
What are y'all doing? Half pot for JPG.
If he's a GTO player, he's calling any bet. Come
There is
on,
no half
man.
pot, so
That's
we're going to
something
land you on
crazy as hell.
400 there, JPG. 400 for Gil, our man of the hour. He's going 40%-ish.
Yeah, and our I hit those is going 700.
Okay.
I'd probably be 4.
I'm betting super small. I'm checking.
With the ace of clubs, you like a check here and the 3-bet pot. I just
and
don't think
again,
he
these are those
calls.
boards that get super dynamic and weird on the turn. 10, king, club, all really bad for our range. Or all really bad. And we get lost.
Yeah, I think in a 3-bet pot on this particular board that hits our range. Yeah, this is Jonathan though, and this is a marginal made hand with this kicker. So I'm already afraid he's just always checking this. I can see betting because we 3-bet, C-bet, and a lot of those gut shots. He shouldn't have ace king. He would call some ace jack, ace 10 to our 3-bets as well. And we have a 2-street hand that gets kind of wet on turn. So maybe we do just check. And we have the ace of clubs as a little backup. 2-street hand here. I like check. Agreed. And it makes our checking range strengthens it because we at least have an ace in it. We can check back kings here. So yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We got to bet
Julius
700
says
because
check.
that's what it is.
You can't check after we did all that analysis, Julius. That's cheating.
Yep. Yeah. I hit those at 700. You can't change either.
Get one 400 too. Let's find out what happens.
Yep.
This is a fine spot to either make a regular-ish continuation bet or just check it behind. If I am going to bet in the spot, I think we want to go on the big side, given the board is relatively coordinated.
Big.
In situations where we are in a 3-bet pot, you have to think the opponent's range is going to be decently strong. So on ace, queen, blank, with a flush draw, it's very easy for him to have a gut shot or a pair. It's going to call any reasonable bet. So if I am going to bet, I think I want to bet on the bigger side, like 700. However, I think my hand very clearly falls in the marginal made hand category. It's a good, strong marginal made hand that can check behind, flop, and then call most turns and most rivers, especially when I have the ace of clubs in my hand. So I think I just like checking it back here, with the idea that we're not giving up all that often. So check, which I think is nice. Turn is the 10 of hearts, giving him all the outs. He has 11 outs, they claim. I definitely like a big bet from him in this scenario. He wants to put me in a tough spot, and he wants to be betting with a very polarized range here of best made hands and draws. So if he's going to bet, he wants to bet big. And this is a prime hand to bet. An absolutely prime hand to bet. So he's giving it some thought, and he bets $1,000. He pots it. Should we fold,
Beast.
call, raise to 2,000, or go all in?
Beast. That's a nice ass bet. That's a fucking nice bet by
Really
Dan.
tough spot.
It's a nice bet. I mean, we can see the cards. I wish we didn't, but it's a really nice bet by Dan either way. All right. What are you doing here? I hit those. You see, we see we have him beat. How do you want to proceed?
We see. I wonder if that affects the answer. That's funny.
Hell yeah, nobody's folding right now when they see
They
this
see
shit.
the Jack Knight of clubs.
I would assume like some percentage of the people doing the quizzes out there would have folded if they didn't see his hand.
Sure,
Like,
it's tough, man.
It's
That's a tough bet. Cost saves that intercepts, keep the bluffs in. What's up with the
ship it, bitch? Put him to the test. Just ship
with the
it right
bubble check?
now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do think that we should have a bet like if Team Sixes wins this one and he ever makes it on Poker After Dark, he should have to dress like a princess. And if Team Toe wins this one and we ever make it on Poker After Dark,
0%.
we should have to dress like a princess.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, you go ahead, and if you do it, you do it. You know, we'll make that bet, and then we'll see what happens. Right? If I lose,
he's gonna ditch out on the bet. You hear this? We have it on stream, guys. I have it on video.
Yeah. Oh hell.
Call for Rita. Call for Gil. Gil's calling here.
Call. Mike Postal shoves. Just a Postal shove this shit in there, knowing you're way ahead. Just jam it now.
Now you see his call because you unripped your hand.
Jay Little was calling. Jay Coop says, legit says call. Oh, you said fold at first. You trolling. Like here, it's either fold. Peanut Flush is calling.
Yeah, we got almost all calls in ours. We did an under upper hand. That is a good point.
What do you like? What do you like here? I hit those. It's either shove or fold. Whoa. Woo. Like in game, if somebody did this to you and then you jammed into a pot size jam and with ace nine,
especially pot size bet again, like a little
just pots into you, just jam into it with ace nine here. Woo.
I do agree that we're
Rich care.
I do agree that we kind of induced this a little bit. Did you guys answer?
Yeah, my guy called.
Yeah, we're calling too. I think I'm calling too. Like I said, we're under repped, and I think we just kind of have to. I think marginal made hand.
2 flush draws, a bunch of made hands, some straight draws, boards extra wet, dynamic.
But we're so under repped.
But I mean, yeah, our hand just doesn't get much better. Makes me sick. But I think we do have to call and reevaluate River.
I agree.
All right,
let's do it.
Once he pots it, he is announcing that he has a polarized range, right? So if he has the nuts, do I want to raise? Well, obviously not. If he has a draw, well, I'd like to raise, but I can't do that because he's going to have some nut hands. And notice he does have some nut hands available here, like ace-queen, ace-10, ace-7 suited, queens, 10s. I mean, like literally all of them. He could have all the nut hands here. So this is a spot where I cannot raise. My only option is to call. I'm not going to fold, even though I do lose to a lot of hands here. All the ones I just mentioned. So we're going to call, and we're going to see the river. This is a great spot to act as if we are not too confident. My plan against good GTO players is to usually just call down in these scenarios. Even though I realize the board's going to get pretty nasty some portion of the time. The thing is, say like a heart comes on the river, he's going to bluff with his clubs. If a club comes, he's going to bluff with his hearts. And this is a spot where I just have the best hand a lot, especially when I check behind on the flop. Checking behind with your marginal made hands that can easily call the turn in the river is great. So river is an ace of spades from, which is awful. It's like the worst card in the deck because none of the draws get there. And so he can't represent any draws. And also, if I have any ace, I'm never folding. And if I have a queen, I may not even fold. So this is a terrible river for him. I do think he should probably bet it. If he had 8-7 or 9-8 of clubs, he probably should go for it, or 9-8 of hearts. I mean, he'd love to bet if he had a hand like ace queen or pocket queens here, right? So he's allowed to have some bluffs. The problem, though, is that I'm going to be calling here very frequently. And, well, like I just listed out, if I have an ace, which I'm going to have a lot when I check behind, I'm calling. If I have a queen, I'm at least going to consider hero calling, although it may actually be a fold, depending on what my flop checking behind range looks like. Anyway, now that he checks the river, should I value bet? Should we check, bet 1,600, or go all in?
All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, just safe, comfortable, warm, fuzzy river, dude. Out of all the rivers you can get,
that's about as best we could get right off 2 days.
I feel so good in cash games when this shit happens. Like, oh man, could have been so bad. But yep. What do we want to do now?
JPG can't control himself. He's getting it all
3
in, out
minutes
of his
later
chair.
of explaining to say, thank God we hit an ace. What do I want to do? I hit Joe says check. Okay, my man checking. He just snap check back the river.
JPG shoving. What else you guys doing out there? What are y'all doing?
Everybody's kind of shook. Answers are popping before, and everybody's a little like, well, shit. I mean, legit just jamming. What's his stack behind? It's 2,800. I believe it was deducted on the turn because he started with a 4K stack and then he bet 1,000 after calling the 3-bet. So yeah, it's 2,800. He has less than pot behind. Money Me is just jamming, hoping we get bluff caught.
Buffalo says, check
what
it.
we try to
happy.
get value from should be reflected in that
all in for
sizing.
runner. JPG, he folds. If we go all in, we let him play perfect. Check call against a solid GTO player, says Rad Dad.
Well, we're in position here, so
I'll just check back, basically.
Can we ever get called by worse?
1,600 values is Gil.
He could be check raising a straight or boat. That would be nasty as hell.
Going like 60% for our man of the hour, Mr. Gil.
Gil's going 1,600.
Yep.
And our guy is checking back.
Arena runner Zach is first to act. JL's got position. He's on the button.
How you feeling about this? Value or showdown?
When he checks the river, I think we have to bet for value.
You jamming to try to get it all because it's cool because a lot of
I think if we jam, we lose a queen. So I'm probably going 1,600 myself. Probably with Gil on this one.
1,600. Yeah.
If we jam, now the queen folds, right?
Did he check raises you with 1,400 behind?
Does he check raise us with the paired board and all that all the boats out there? Like, I just think, and we have an ace.
Nastiest man.
So it's got to have ace, queen, ace, 10, and 7. Like, kind of hard. We block the shit out of it, right?
Well, we shot with all ace-x, so we need a worse hand to call or perhaps induce a bluff. Mr. Virtues is checking that, man. This is a very debatable river. I'm seeing a lot of different options, man.
All in for now, you said it.
If we bet 1,600 shots for 28, you would need to provide the bag for my vomit. Hey, what's up, Jimmy Runs Deep? Good to see you, buddy. All right. Well, we're checking in this spot. I would probably be betting as well. I don't know if 1,600 gets heroed by a queen enough. Maybe
go smaller. So
75. I mean, I don't know if all in gets heroed by a queen. Maybe
1230 is 40%.
Don't leave him much behind. Zach is theoretically sounding very good as well. So maybe we do have some bluffs in this spot. But I think our bluffs would be more polarizing to miss draws, you know. If we had the clubs. Obviously, in this spot, he's blocking clubs. But if we say we had something with clubs in it.
We had a similar hand to his.
Yeah, if we had a similar hand to his, we'd probably want to jam and polarize, right? More so than bet?
Yeah, because it's probably not checking back a boat, right? So we jam, rub the boat.
Jimmy Runs Deep. Thank you for those biddies, buddy. All right, let's check here because that's what our man's doing and see what Jonathan likes between our three options.
All right, we're going 16. Let's find out.
This is a situation where I think we have one of two clear options. I can either check or go all in. If I thought Zach played a much worse strategy of, let's say, betting hands like a queen on the turn, big, or betting with like ace 4 on the turn, big, which, you know, betting ace 4 actually could be reasonable, but betting a queen is not reasonable. If I thought he would play like that, then I think a 1,600 bet has some merit. The problem is that he's just a good, strong GTO player. So if you think about that range, that he's going to bet big on the turn, I said I thought it was going to be pretty polarized, right? And if it was polarized to the nuts or draws, realize here that, well, the draws are always going to fold to any bet, and he will check some draws here. Like, say he does have king 9, right? He's always going to be, well, he's going to consider blasting that on the turn, especially if it has a draw, and then he's going to check it and then fold it to a bet on the river. If he did bet a hand like jack 10, he's going to check it and then fold it. So this is a spot where I really don't think there's a whole lot of merit in betting unless I think he's a bit of a calling station, and I have no reason to think that yet. So, yes, I have the best hand very frequently here, but I think when I bet the river and get called, I'm not going to be loving it. So, I think I need to just check it behind. And I actually screwed this up. I actually bet 1,600 after some thought. And I was probably thinking here, I have the best hand a ton. If I jam, he may even fold out a bad ace.
Okay. All right.
Because like my range just looks so much like an ace here, right? So if I'm jamming, I probably have an ace. If he has a bad ace, he's going to fold. So I'm trying. I was probably trying to get called by a hand like ace 4 or something like that. But again, that's somewhat unlikely. If he does have a queen, he's probably just going to fold to any bet a lot of the time. And if he has a busted draw, he's always going to fold. So if he's ever trapping here, which I definitely think he is good enough and capable of doing,
that would be sick.
This is a scenario where I should have just checked behind, I think, and been happy with the pot. What probably got me here was my 9 kicker. I probably thought 9 kicker is just good enough to go for it. And I think I made a mistake in betting there.
Cool.
Good.
Good
That was
one,
good.
guys. Good one.
That was good.
Good one.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean,
Jared Dog, what's
a
up?
lot of us were making that mistake because I definitely wanted to bet River as well. But he did say it's Danzak and he's good enough and sharp to have traps there and check raise you and make you sick to your stomach. And you beat none of his check raises, right? So
Scary as hell.
We don't really get called by too much because he's too good. So yeah, I like that. So that means I hit those ships sick. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
What did he get? He get a swish.
No, he got a 38. So he got a 2 on the flop.
Yeah, we got a 2 on the river. That hurt us. We got 28. Good game, Gil. Good game, Gil.
Cool.
All right, guys, that wraps it up. PC.com. Exclamation point PC in my chat, exclamation point PC in Six's chat, where you can get a link to sign up for this site, vote free, and then if you feel inclined, you can go for the premium memberships for a little bit of money, which will get you extra charts, extra quizzes, staking opportunities, webinars every week, multiple webinars, all kinds of content. Exclamation point PC for that. If you've been enjoying the stream, you can watch it on the YouTube channel. We replay all of these there, so you can check those out. Thank you, JPG, for getting the links for me. And yeah, that's it. We do this every Saturday, so make sure you come back. We'll be here next Saturday with special guest Justin Saliba, Jay Saliba.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Crush
That's
it.
gonna be fun.
It's gonna be super fun. He's super good. And so there you go. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, that was it, man. Thank you guys for the support. Make sure to give my man Toe a follow. We'll be back next week at the same time. We both are going to be playing massive schedules tomorrow. Make sure to keep checking on the site. There's a bunch of new content. Get the free shit, guys, out there. It's certainly worth it. And Dog, no, you see my son here. I literally have to go right now. So I wish, send it to me, buddy. I'm pretty bad at getting back to some stuff, but I'll try to get back to that. Shoot me a whisper. And if you want a giveaway from today, oh shit, I hit those gifting 5 subs to end.
Hey,
that's massive. Congratulations, buddy. Thank you for that support. And that was fun today, man. Thank you guys for the support. Run So Bad, Ebony Kenny, Joe Stock, Gift Fund, Bailey, Sickos, man. You guys are
thanks for having me on your stream here. It was good to be a guest on the Poker Coaching stream. I appreciate you. It was fun being back.
It was fun. It was nice having you as a guest today. So, maybe I might have you back. I kind of like you, man. We might have you back. You did a good job today.
Hope I didn't screw up too bad. I appreciate you. Who are we throwing those to? Are we going to Evan?
If Evan is going, let's see. If Evan is going, let me know. He is?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's kick it to Evan. Thank you guys for that support, man. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow. Both of us streaming tomorrow.
We'll be
Monday
both
for the Toe home game. We'll be back for the next few days. Make sure you check in. Thanks for the love. Peace.
Monday's going to be a massive day for me. But yeah, because it's Mad Monday, so we're playing all day.
Oh, shit.
Yep. All right, guys. I'm going to kick this off to Evan, and I will see you guys. Peace out.
Later.
Yep. All right, we got it right.